Thank you so much for tuning in to Shelby Artist YouTube channel today. It is great to have you here, and I hope you're doing well. This video is titled Visiting the Des Moines Art Center, my first time there. This is a sexually explicit slideshow due to the general nature of art museums. It was my 38th birthday yesterday, May 2nd, 2023, when I took these photos and went to the museum. The photographs in the slideshow are in chronological order, which means time. So each photo is the one I took first, and then I took second, and then I took third, etc. For my day, I purchased some flowers for myself for my birthday. As you can see here, they're sunflowers. And I put them in my home. Let's move on. I took a selfie before leaving the house to go to the museum. Now, this is the first photograph I took of any of the art in the museum after I got there. At first glance, I thought it was a heterosexual couple who were policemen who were kissing. But after I looked at it several times after that, I realized closer look, this is a gay couple. This looks like two men kissing, and they're cops, and they have, you know, their hand cuffs, and they're beating wands and, you know, stuff that cops use. Okay. Oh, now this is really interesting, coincidental, because it was my birthday, and my mother told me that the day that I was conceived, she had a dream that the policemen were chasing her down and they raped her. And that was the day that I was conceived, and this is the first art that I took a photo of here at the museum on my 38th birthday. So it's relevant in that sense. I like cops. They're law enforcers. Okay, this is in the gift shop. It's pretty much the only photo I took in the gift shop besides the video I published before this one about the bookmarks. It looks like children, excuse me, children drew on it. Stussy, SS, those are my initials, and I used to draw Stussies a lot when I was a kid. And there's hearts, and it says love, and there's a bee, and it says now, and it says te and po, hello, and smiley faces, and circles, and everything like that, and lots of different colors, neon colors. It's really cute. I don't really know what these materials are. I call them crayons, but actually, when I first walked into the museum, it was full of tons of kids. You know immediately there's a field trip going on here because the museum was full of kids, and I love kids. So it was great to see, but like a couple minutes after I walked in, they were all leaving, so that's probably why I met them at the entrance. And they probably drew this stuff. Let's move on. So the first room that I went in after I left the gift shop had paintings all over the walls, of course, just like any art museum you go to. It's a normal layout. I took some photos for reference about the certain pictures that I photographed I want to let you know that I did not photograph every single artifact in the entire museum, because that's a huge job that you would need to get paid for, and you know, I don't have time for that, you know. I didn't even have time to see the whole museum. I was there all day, like from noon to 5 maybe. And I drove 2 hours to get there and back home, so each way. I only photographed pictures that I liked the best out of their entire collection. So I liked this one because of the dead tree with no leaves. It looks like a dry California scene. There are a lot of old Western 1800s saloon, they're called ghost towns in California. And this looks like a scene. I've actually physically been to some. So it's probably just, you know, a personal life memory of places I've been. And the material, I can't tell if it's ink, watercolor, or even like some kind of pastel, like chalk. And I don't think that I have the details for this work. I'm not sure if I even got them. So let's move on. I'm sorry, I'm kind of unorganized. I'm not giving all of the details, as I probably mentioned before. But now, I took a photo of this one because I actually literally saw this dome. This is a scene, a landscape scene in Des Moines. It's local. And the gold dome architecture is something that you see when you're first entering Des Moines on the freeway. And it's really amazing to see. There were a lot of really amazing things. On the way up here, I actually passed by the quote-unquote American Gothic house. But I didn't stop. But it was the real American Gothic house. I mean, and there's a really famous painting called American Gothic. And the literal American Gothic house is what I drove by to get to the Des Moines. And as soon as I entered Des Moines on the freeway, I saw this mosque-looking building. It looks like a religious type of architecture. I don't think it's a mosque though. Anyway, this other structure looks like a lighthouse, but it's not that either. They're just, you know, statues I don't know much about. But really, I like the impressionistic style here. I like the nature, of course, outdoor landscape, subject matter. And it is something I saw in real life. I like the colors, earth tones. Orange and blue are complementary colors. This is why I liked it. Okay, now this one I actually do have details for. Please forgive me if I'm wrong, but this is really what I think it is. It's called Dunn Funeral Home Patio. D-U-N-N, Funeral Home Patio. Circa 1926. In memory of Leroy C. Dunn, 2002. William Zorak. Yeah, I'm really confused about all this. There's another Grant Wood, born in Anamosa, founded the Stone City Artist Colony and taught at the University of Iowa from 1934 to 42. William Zorak, American, 1887 to 1966, I think is the artist. Let's move on. Okay, this one is called the Black Angel. I am fascinated by cemeteries. Don't read into that too much. I don't even really know why. It's just something I'm fascinated by. I thought it was charcoal at first glance. And I love the charcoal black and white monochromatic compositions. I really do. I like creating them. So this was done by Jack O'Shea, O''Shea, American artist. Dates unknown. Title of the work, The Black Angel, 1956. O'Shea received his Master of Fine Arts degree from the University of Iowa in 1956. Wow, I didn't even know that they offer that path. Let's move on. Okay, now this one I do have details for. It is called Line Storm, Line. And I know why it's called line storm, because line is a big theme here in this composition. You can see a horizontal line. And the wind, the way that you draw wind in art is with a pattern of lines. So you can tell the direction of the wind by the direction of the lines. So the title of this again is Line Storm, Iowa, West Des Moines, 1932. Apparently it's probably based on assuming a photograph of a real scene, of a real day that happened. When I saw this at first, I actually noticed the windmill on the lower left corner. I don't even know if you saw it, but I certainly did. Before I really saw anything else. I'm personally drawn to windmills as a form of renewable energy of our future sustainability. Great for the economy, in my opinion. This was done by egg tempera. Okay, so it's paint called tempera paint, made with eggs, I'm thinking, on gesso masonite panel. Now gesso means primer. So you ladies out there who wear makeup, you know what primer is for makeup for your face. Gesso is primer for the makeup for the canvas, which is paint. That's what gesso is. It's primer. Des Moines Art Center Permanent Collections, a gift from the artist. 1979 was when the Des Moines Art Museum acquired this as a gift from William C. Palmer, American artist. (1906 to 1987) is his life span. Moving on. Okay. This was in another room in the same area of the museum. So you have areas of the museum with smaller areas in those areas. Okay. I liked this one because it's monochrome. I like simple things. The simpler the better. And this is so simple that it is life-size. Okay. When I was in college studying art classes, one of our assignments was to draw a life-size portrait. And this is exactly what this person did. This is a life-size portrait of a young girl dressed as a ballerina. I think it's very cute and sweet. My mom took me to ballerina classes when I was a little girl. Didn't last long. She took me into lots of different stuff like cheerleading too. Anyway, you can tell the tutu because of the little strokes, and the hair and everything has the same kind of strokes. I just really like it. It touches my heart. So she also has a ballerina stance with her feet. I did not get the details for this. I don't know who the artist is, unfortunately. So this other one is a portrait as well. I think it's a man. These days we can't really tell. People are very androgynous these days, shockingly. But this is the same type of monochromatic, I'm assuming charcoal portrait. I don't know the artist, I don't know the details or the name of it. Okay, now this one made me laugh. I'm assuming it's by the same artist. These are Earth photographs. And the top one looks like a pussy. And the bottom one is fire and a pussy. So, I never have wet dreams, but when I woke up on my birthday this morning that I went to the museum, I had a wet dream. And, my pussy was on fire that day. So, when I saw it, I thought pussy on fire because my pussy was on fire. And that's why I was laughing out loud, and the guy that was in there was like, "Why are you laughing?" And I said, "'Cause that thing." And I said, art evokes emotion. If you work in an art museum, you shouldn't be surprised when people express emotion, because art evokes emotion. People cry, people laugh, Okay. So I took a photo of this one because it was fashion, and in the gift shop I was discussing with the woman who worked in there that fashion is a type of art. I like it because it's a collage. I'm really, I admire the style of art of collage. And it is also, male and female representational of both the genders. Different patterns. Okay. This next one, I think this is the details, okay? It looks like a state. I liked it because it's in the shape of an American state, and it is very tangible, for lack of better words. It's really concrete. It's really unique. Okay, so Jordan Weber is an American artist born in 1984. Yeah, I think this really is the correct details for this photo, because I remember talking with the man in the museum. So Jordan Weber was born in 1984. Okay, so this guy is 1 year older than me, this artist who did this. And I said to the man in the museum, someone my age has their art hanging in a museum. And he said, yes, definitely. We take contemporary works, current day works. This is actually, it's surprising to me, but it should not be. Because I've seen other museums do this. So it's called Chapels, and it's part of a series, 2017. Jordan Weber was a student, I think, at the local University of Iowa. So let me just read the details I have here. It's made of marble. Charleston, from the Charleston, South Carolina, Emmanuel African Church shooting. We also have wood, plastic packaging, and resin. So this is a mixed medium. That's what I liked about it. I do mixed media myself. I mean, of course I do everything myself. I do all of it. But moving on. Des Moines Art Center permanent collections purchased with director's discretionary fund. Jordan Weber works in sculpture, painting, and installation to explore issues of history, colonialism, and land usage. He constructs his work with materials that carry meaning. From carefully chosen woods and stone to earth, from sites of historic trauma. This work is a keystone sculpture in his Chapels series and contains packages of earth from the South Carolina church that was the site of a racially motivated mass shooting. Marble and wood materials commonly used in architecture surrounded the packages as if they are a treasure or secret hidden away and then revealed through broken walls. Weber is from Des Moines and was the subject of Iowa Artist 2016. He was an inaugural LOEB/Art Lab Fellow at Harvard University and the Pulitzer Arts Foundation in St. Louis. He has created major public works of art in Des Moines, Omaha, and Minneapolis. I see it's very, very, very centered with the cross and the four sectionals. Okay, there's a line going down the center vertically, and there's a line going across the center horizontally. And this is, what creates a mathematical aesthetic quality. All right. This one I think is titled In the Spring by Elizabeth Sparhawk-Jones, an American artist. Her lifespan years were 1885 to 1968. And this one that she painted titled In the Spring is 1905. Yeah, it looks like 1905. Oil paint on canvas. Yum. Des Moines Art Center Permanent Collections, Gift of Mrs. Florence Carpenter, 1941. In the Spring depicts the millinery department at Wanamaker's, a former department store in downtown Philadelphia. Sparhawk-Jones composed the picture from a vivid palette and an application of loose brush strokes. I like that. This creates the sense of a moment that's quickly passing by and evokes the experience of shopping. All right. Department stores were a relatively new phenomenon when the artist executed this painting. Offering a wide selection of ready-made goods in different sections, they were symbolic of industrialization and growing consumerism. But department stores also helped lay the groundwork for the rights of middle-class women. While in store, they were allowed to walk unchaperoned. Aww. This was unheard of during a time when it was largely illegal for women to enter public spaces without a male escort. Wow, I did not know that. So, I like the earth colors here. This is in a different section of the museum. This is actually like one of the first paintings that I photographed in this new section of the museum. It's very feminine due to the dainty touch you can see and the whole feminine vibe with the flowers and the women. It does look like you can see movement in this painting. It is a capture of a second of a scene of a busy. It looks busy. Okay. Moving on. This one I liked because of the frame, and I actually liked the previous one because of the frame too. They have, one of the things I thought in this museum was they have great frames, and frames are like a huge part of art. Okay, so I can be an artist and I can draw a bunch of art, but without frames it's not as valuable. When you put a good frame on a piece of art, it's more than double worth the price. So I can tell why they chose a gold frame, because the main centerpiece is blue and those are complementary colors. I do see a directional diagonal line going down the top right to the bottom left. This looks like an old history scene of a mother and a child, maybe in a Middle Eastern country, because of their dress and because of how it looks in there, and the rug and everything are giveaways. We have natural lighting, okay, and this is another way, all these little hints kind of help you understand more about the painting, such as the hypothetical possible location of where it could be. Americans, unfortunately, don't use natural lighting in their homes, as they should. Okay. They use more electricity than natural lighting. And hopefully that's changing, and maybe that's just my own personal experience as I'm speaking from with everything. Okay. So this one is titled Christ Learning to Read. And I was surprised when I saw the title, because I did not know that the little boy was Christ, and I didn't even know it was a boy. I thought they were two girls. So it's a painting by an American artist in 1911 by Henry Osawa Tanner. A man painted this. His lifespan is 1859. He lived through 1859 to 1937. And he painted this in 1911 with oil paint on canvas. It's part of the Des Moines Art Center permanent collections, gift of the Des Moines Association of Fine Arts, 1941. In Christ Learning to Read, Tanner portrays the Virgin Mary and Jesus Christ not as idealized personages, but as recognizable figures. The subjects were based on photographs of Tanner's wife, Jessie, and son, Jesse, spelled differently, posing as Mary and Christ. Shortly before producing this painting, Tanner visited Morocco in North Africa The dramatic light creeping into the scene at lower left was likely inspired by the brilliant light conditions he observed there. Moving on. Oh, we're getting towards the end. Okay, so I left the museum and I posed for the front main entrance of the museum sign just to get for my slideshow for the day. As you can see, I bought a new bag, Frida Kahlo purse. I like it a lot. It's probably one of my favorite purchases from the gift shop there. I don't like plastic or vinyl purses, not even metal, okay? I'm very, very cotton, comfortable type of person. My bling is good cotton like this, okay? And I took my jacket off because I was a little too warm, even though it's only 39 degrees outside at best. You kind of get used to the different weather when you live here for several years. Moving on. I was actually on my way to the rose garden. And here I am, posing in the rose garden with the sunlight shining on my face. This is me posing in between the two pillars in the sculpture garden area. And this is me posing by the lake in the sculpture garden area, sitting on a rock. This is really interesting. What do you think this is? There was a room with a glass window, hidden in the back of the museum, only able to see from the garden area. You look into the glass walls and there's a giant statue of a horse. Odd looking horse. I see Trojan written all over it. Okay. So there's a huge rectangular painting on the wall in the same room, and there's nothing else in the whole room. The whole big huge room is completely empty except this big painting and this big Trojan horse statue. Really interesting. Very mysterious. You're like, what is going on here? So, of course, with the light, all glass is reflective. And myself was in the photo. I look like I'm in the room on the other side of the glass, and the Trojan horse looks like it's outside of the room, standing in the grass on the other side of the glass. This is really, really, really interesting photograph I took. And last slide. Sunflowers and pretty fairy orbs, gold. You are enough. Thanks for watching. Peace.